Hey everybody, Barry here again. Today's the day that we put the engine, transmission, and transfer case in. Depending on how it goes, maybe the cab also, but I got a feeling this is going to take much longer than I expect, which is normally what I expect.
For anybody who hasn't seen it, this is Desperado, single cab, short bed, all-wheel drive Chev truck.
I'll be putting on the Escalade front end, which I'm sure people have done all over the world for years. This is the first time I've ever done it, and I'm very excited.
In the last video, I assembled this complete frame. Here is the Escalade all-wheel drive front diff that I have already put in. Here's the Escalade transfer case. This is the NP 241 or NP 149, something like that. I can't remember now. I think it's 149 actually. And regular old bone stock 4L slippy. I'm just gonna put this on here. I realized that the guy left the extension piece for the four-wheel drive, so I'll just pop it off the transfer case and bolt it right to the back of that. The engine is over here. Of course, you can see that it is not assembled, but it's a Gen 4 5.3 aluminum block, and I have, of course, to adapt it over to front cam sensor. I'll be using a Gen 3 PCM, so I've got the 1X cam gear in here, and I'll just change that over. The crank is a Gen 3 crank, so I've got the Gen 3 black sensor in here. And there's a sloppy stage 2 cam in it. And I put dished pistons. I have 243 heads, so the compression is going to be down a little bit. But I want to have a little bit lower compression because I'm going to be running boost through this thing, and I don't want to blow it up because we have garbage gas here. First, I'm going to start by putting these together, then I'll put the engine on it and bolt it all into the frame.
Always waiting for this thing to come off and kill me. After I get this done, I'm going to probably roll it outside, power wash it. I'm not going to go crazy and paint all this up or anything, but I'll just give it a quick power wash so that it's nice and clean. My goal with this stuff is just not to get greasy every time I touch it. Kind of funny that it took off the transmission end. I always took it off the transfer case end, but clean enough looking. I'll see if I can reuse that gasket too. Why not? And I have ultra copper, or ultra black, sorry. Well, that's not going to work. RTV it is. I looked for a gasket, see if there was one in stock, and I can't get one today, so black silicone it is. Alright. Would have been nice to get a new gasket there, but this stuff will work just fine. So, let's see how it is doing this on a pallet. Huh. Not at all, actually. Easier than doing it on the floor. Ow. Always fun when that happens. I got the bottom mount taken off and the bottom bolt put in.
now it's just these last couple here, and then get this put together. I think I might put the engine on the frame first and then put the transmission in after to make it a little more stable. But I don't decide anything until I've already got it done, so it might not go that way at all. I realized a couple of minutes ago I don't have any engine mounts. However, I do have parts trucks. Quite a few parts trucks. And I'm really hoping the engine that I stuffed under the hood of this Chev has engine mounts on it. I think I see one. The other one's not going to be so easy to get at, but maybe I'll bring the forklift out and flip the engine over. Look at that! There's one. I had to crack them with the ratchet, but gun makes a quick work of it. Well, I'm under the truck. And there's the engine mount. Sort of jammed up in the steering box there, but it should still work. Yeah. Hopefully I can get it out. Well, I got two motor mounts. The other side came off perfect. Brought the engine crane over. I'm just gonna pull this outside, power wash it here really quick. I don't know if maybe I'll put the engine in first, like I said. See how this thing is for putting the whole thing in as one unit. If I can sneak the legs right by the tire here, I'll just be able to put it in sideways, lay it right down in place. It's not like there's a cab or fenders in the way. If I'm going power washing, I figure, why not put the torque converter in? Also, I black taped over a bunch of connections and stuff there. I don't want to get any water in where it shouldn't be. This is the V6 torque converter. Oh no. Yeah. Really? That's the end of a motorcycle handlebar that I stuffed in there because it failed. In hindsight, probably not a great idea. Probably not a great idea at all. Ah, got it. I mean, it fit like a glove though, didn't it? All right, 4.3 torque converter, V8. Let's see what happens. I'm interested to see, oh, very fun. I'm interested to see if the torque converter is going to stall any higher than a V8. Oh, there we go. That fit perfect. I'm going to put this in here so I can power wash inside the bell housing and that. I just gave it a 10-second tidy up. I have no idea if the transfer case is any good, but these don't really break. I have no idea if the transmission is any good, which means I have absolutely zero faith in it being any good. So I might put this thing in, haul it down in drive, and just put another transmission in it. Who knows? But hey, it's a little bit cleaner at least. I just took out all of the flywheel bolts and the crank started crying. I don't think that's a very good sign. So I figured it out. I keep arguing with myself. Somehow you guys are here for it. I'm gonna put the engine on the frame first. Then I'm gonna lay the transmission in. Mainly because the floor is flat and the oil pan hangs down about 2.5 inches below the bottom of the block, or below the bottom of the bell housing, I should say. So it's going to be kind of a pain for me to get both of these at the correct level. Not going to be that easy. Also, I just realized I have dowels in the block and I have dowels in the transmission, so I'll just pop some out of that probably. I hope the ear doesn't break off the transmission, but now that I said it, it probably will. This rig might be the coolest thing that I've ever used. It makes it so much easier to lift an engine up and keep it level. Now, I don't have the top cover for this yet. I gotta take it off the rat rod. I was supposed to get one a little while ago, but it didn't work out. But I'm gonna take it off the rat rod, and then I'll find another Gen 4 engine to take the 4.8 cover off of. Perfect. These engine cranes are awesome, but they pretty much just go wherever they want. Fits. Great. So it'll sit right down on the engine mounts for now until I get the transmission in. How cool is it to have almost an entire drivetrain? I just need to put in the rear drive shaft and the front drive shaft, and well, finish building the engine. But it's all bolted in. I'm gonna start bolting stuff on the engine. Obviously I have to bolt the torque converter to the flex plate, put the starter on, and run the transmission lines. I'll do everything that I can that's easy to do with the cab off, or at least mostly everything. I won't have fuel lines and stuff like that yet, but I'll run everything that I can. I still need to do brake lines on this frame and then do the complete wiring harness. But it's progress, and I got most of the parts out of the snow that I need to get out.
I've got the cab outside, as we saw. The bed is still out back, so I'll probably, when I get the cab laid on the frame, I'll bring the bed up, put that on the frame, and then if I need to take the bed off, I'll just lift it off with the lift here, or the forklift. And that'll make it a lot easier for me to do stuff. With this laid in place, I may actually do a complete mock-up of Desperado. That'll be all in its own video, where I do the cab, the bed, the whole front fenders, grill, hood, doors, tailgate, and see what it sits like. That'll be nice. That'll give me an idea of where the frame level is gonna sit, because I'd like this thing to be pretty well dead level. If it's an inch up in the rear, I'll be happy, but no more than that. I don't like a big rake. So maybe, very maybe, I might do that in the next video. That's something to look out for. I was gonna put the cab on in this video, but I think this is long enough now. We got one big thing accomplished, and I'm really excited about that. So look for that in the next video, because I kind of got myself hyped up now to do that. It'd be so cool to actually see what it's gonna look like. And I'll see then if I like the Cadillac front clip on it or not. If I don't, I'll pull it all off and do like a Silverado front clip or a GMC or something like that. So everybody can kind of do a vote on that if you like. Well, I'm all done for today. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks to my YouTube members, patrons, and subscribers. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's patreon.com/stationroadratrods. My YouTube members link is down here. There's a couple of ways you can help the channel if you like. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody.